I've come to realize that one of the greatest society killers is ignorance. We need to get rid of that, I don't care habit. Despite this epidemic taking the world by storm, all sorts of advice from the medical teams, from the governments, you'll still find that there are people who are just taking this thing for granted out of either sheer ignorance or I don't know. And I think that's why the word talks about asking for wisdom and understanding. It's just nice to carry your life on with a little bit of wisdom. You cannot just have that, I don't care, like some sort of hero act. That is a little bit foolish. We need to heed to that social distancing, to everything that we are being told about COVID-19. We have to protect our loved ones. We have to stop being selfish and thinking about ourselves. I'll go on about my errands and I don't care about the other person. I could be as well be having it. So how do I protect my loved ones? How do I protect the other people? By listening to what the medics are actually telling me. It is wisdom. And I always believe, even as we stand in the gap of prayer, because definitely we can't do without prayer. Even as we stand in the gap of prayer, we still need to ask God to give us wisdom, and that part of that wisdom, not just ask for wisdom, but also apply that wisdom and hear what we are being told. If you don't have to do anything, if you really, really can work from home, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Don't get into social events that put your life at risk and the life of others at risk. Can you imagine going to, you find people still wanting to go into bars, clubs, or I don't know where, even churches at times. And it doesn't make sense. We need to protect ourselves. This thing is real. And only ourselves, human beings, or as a nation, when we stand united, we can kick it out. And how are we going to do that? Without any knowledge about it. And how are we going to get the knowledge? It's by listening to the medical teams and what we are being told about it. So if they say we practice social distancing, we do it. If we are told to stay home, we do it. We obediently follow. Not just going and shaking hands, not sanitizing because the hero attitude, like, this can't get me. And people come up with all sorts of stuff. Oh, drink lemon water. Another one says, drink a little bit of I don't know what, alcohol. Another one says, it even gets worse. Now I'm going to say, when you have a woman, this thing ain't going, it's not going to touch you. That is foolishness. That is foolishness of the highest order. Let's heed what the medical teams are actually saying about this thing. That's the only way to fight it. That's the only way we can fight the spread of it. And trust me, that is wisdom. Even as we stand in the gap of prayer, we are responsible for ourselves. We are responsible for ourselves. We are responsible for our loved ones. We are responsible for our own nations, for the countries that we live in. We are responsible. And part of worship, an act of worship, is actually obeying the law. Read it from any book. Obeying the law is an act of worship. So yes, let's sanitize, let's practice that social distancing ourselves. Let's do everything that is required of us by the authorities to fight this COVID-19. And may God by His grace have mercy on us and facilitate an easy way out for us. I never thought there would ever come a time that our places of worship would be empty. This is a mercy that we kept on ignoring, and finally we find ourselves, we can't even practice that. It's really time for us to turn our hearts to God and ask for His mercy and for His grace. So, heed on to the medical teams, what they are saying. Let's be powerhouses of prayer and keep on praying. Let's obey our governments, what we are being told to do. And let's not just think about ourselves, our own individual selves, but also others. We are a nation, we are a team in any given way, on any given day. And God is good all the time. Whatever crisis that we are going through, God is always and always will be sufficient for us. He is the exalted in might, without a doubt. May God keep you safe and protect your families and all your loved ones. And may He facilitate an easy way out for all of us. Take care.